Good morning, students. So today we will study about the animal tissues. I told you that animal tissues is basically of four types. First, it's epithelial tissue. Second is muscular tissue. Third, it's connective tissue, and fourth is nervous tissue. So first, we will discuss about the epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissue is of basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 types. First is squamous epithelial tissue. Second is cuboidal. Third is columnar. Fourth is ciliated. And fifth is glandular. So first about epithelial tissue. So epithelial means epi means upon and thelial means to grow. So it is a simplest kind of epithelial tissue that occurs as a protective covering. So it acts as a protective layer. It protects the underlying cells from various mechanical injuries. Next, it also acts as barrier. Obviously, it's act as a protective tissue. So it will automatically act as a barrier. It will not enable all the things to get inside the cell. Next, absorption. It also helps in absorption of water and nutrients. Next, elimination. It also helps in the elimination of wastes. Secretion. It helps in the secretion of various substances like saliva, mucus, enzymes. Okay, respiration. It also helps in respiration. Respiration means the exchange of gases in the alveoli where the exchange of gases between oxygen and carbon dioxide is taken place. Next, produces exoskeleton. It helps in the produces exoskeleton. Exoskeleton means the outer structure like scales, hairs that are the exoskeleton. Next, regeneration. Regeneration means when the cells are having the power of regenerate itself. Regeneration means when if any wound is there and automatically after some time it gets heals up. No, so that is the power of regeneration. So clear. So these are the things where it helps in there. So next is types of epithelial tissues. So I explained you what are the types of epithelial tissue: squamous, cuboidal, columnar, ciliated, and glandular. First, we will be starting with the squamous epithelial tissues. Squamous epithelial tissues are subdivided into two: simple and stratified. But before starting that, let me explain you about what is the squamous epithelium tissues. Squamous epithelium is made up of thin, flat, disc-like, polygonal or irregular shaped cell with round and flat nucleus. Adjacent cells fit together to form a compact structure. Compact structure means the intercellular spaces is very less. They are compactly arranged within each other. The squamous epithelium are two types. First is simple squamous epithelium and next is stratified squamous epithelium. So these are the two types of squamous epithelium. As I told you, squamous is further divided into simple and stratified. So simple, as the name suggests, it's having only a single layer. It's having only a single layer of flat cell. It forms the delicate lining of cavities of nose. So these are the places where it is present. So these are present in the delicate lining of nose, alveoli. Alveoli are balloon-like structure that are present in the lungs. Okay, and alveoli helps in the exchange of gases. Clear? Alveoli are balloon-like structure which are present in the lungs and that are responsible for the exchange of gases, that is carbon dioxide and oxygen. So these simple squamous epithelium is present there. Nose, alveoli and blood vessels. These are the places where this simple squamous epithelium is present. Next, stratified squamous epithelium. So this stratified squamous epithelium is more than one layer of the squamous cell. Simple is having only one layer. Stratified is having more than one layer. It is present where the thick covers required, like thick, it is obviously it's having the two or more layers. So obviously it forms a thick layer like and whereas it will form a thin layer and it will form a thick layer. So it is present where the thick layer is required, such as surface of the skin, oral cavity, esophagus, etc. So esophagus means that food pipe. Food pipe is also called as esophagus. The epithelium is waterproof. This epithelium is waterproof and highly resistant to the mechanical injury. So this is about the squamous epithelium. Next we will study about the cuboidal epithelial cell. Okay, so the next is cuboidal epithelium. So what is cuboidal epithelium? As the name is, it is cuboid in shape or cube in shape, all equal height and width. These are present occurrence. Now we will study about the occurrence. So these are present in kidney tubules, salivary glands. Salivary glands means where the saliva is secrete. Saliva is where the saliva is secrete. You know, through that is saliva secretes. Sweat glands and pancreatic glands, pancreatic and etc. So it is also present in the germinal epithelium of testis and ovaries. Germinal epithelium means outer layer, or you can say the covering layer of testis and ovaries. It also helps in absorption, excretion and secretion. So provides the mechanical and also provides the mechanical support. And next is the columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium is a column. You see the name itself suggests column means like pillar-like shape and structure. The nucleus is generally elongated or large along with the long axis of cells. These are found in stomach, intestine and gallbladder. Gallbladder is situated in the liver. It is the temporary storage of the bile juice. So it is present in the liver itself. So so these are found in the stomach, intestine and gallbladder. It also lines the mammary gland ducts and the parts of urethra. Helps, and again it's a part of an epithelial tissue, so the most of the functions are same. So as the function is protection, absorption and secretion. It is specialized, but this columnar epithelium is specialized for the absorption of water and digested food. So when the food is get digested, it helps in the absorption of the essential water and the digested food. Okay, so next we will study about the ciliated and glandular. So the next is ciliated epithelium. Ciliated epithelium are the hair-like projections, or these are called as cilia. So these are maybe the cuboidal in shape or columnar in shape. So this consists of cuboidal or columnar cells that bear cilia. Cilia, I told you, these are the hair-like projections. Okay, the shape is maybe of the cuboidal or they are of columnar, but they are having the hair-like projections or called as cilia. So the cuboidal ciliated epitheliums are present in the urinary bladder or urinary tubules of the kidney and sperm ducts, whereas columnar ciliated epithelium lines the nasal passage so as to remove germs from your nose. So if any dust particles or germs get enter into the nose, so it helps to remove the waste out of it. Whereas oviducts, it is present in the oviducts. Oviducts, or these are called as fallopian tubes. This is present in the female reproductive system. Here, this fallopian tube, or the other name is oviduct, it is the site of fertilization. Okay, so these columnar epithelium is present there, and whereas these epithelium helps in the movement of mucus, movement of eggs, urine and sperms. So last is glandular epithelium. As the name suggests that it definitely comprises of the glands. So these also consist of columnar cells modified to secrete chemicals. Okay, so these lines the glands such as gastric glands. Gastric glands means these are present in the stomach. So they releases such chemicals which helps in the breakdown of food. Okay, intestinal glands, again it is also helpful in the further digestion of food, and as pancreatic lobule, etc. So hence this is about the epithelial tissues. So these are the different types of epithelial tissues.